Get ready for a super warm day here in Western Washington. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz, and I'm going to take a deeper dive into the forecast because even though we're going to have a quiet weather pattern, we still have some changes, big changes on the way. Record highs today for many spots, but the previous records are nothing extreme. I'll show you in just a sec, but we're staying warm on Monday, very similar, except the coast will be cooler as we get that natural AC once again coming off of the Pacific. And then the marine layer, that just makes its way inland by Tuesday. And so we'll wake up to clouds or fog to afternoon sun and our temperatures will be cooler. But even then, we're still going to be well above normal. And average this time of year, low and mid 60s. So even with highs in the 70s and even upper 60s later in the week, still going to be above normal. So today's forecast high for Seattle, depending on where you live, 80 degrees, previous record 77. So you see Bellingham's previous record 74, Olympia's 82. So we're going to, I guess you could say, shatter some of those records. They're just not super extreme. We're not talking 90s or anything like that. That's going to come, as we well know, in just a couple of weeks, months, we'll see. 90s closer to Portland today. The big picture right now, we have this ridge, very strong ridge of high pressure, and you can see how the clouds are riding that ridge. This ridge is extending all the way into British Columbia, so it's going to be strongest today. Monday through Thursday, it weakens, but still is over our area. And then by Friday, even though the ridge is still to the south of us, Thursday and into Friday, it's going to flatten a good bit, weaken to allow a disturbance to move into the area. So we'll have more clouds, maybe even a few showers as a weak disturbance just moves through. So that's why later in the week and into Saturday, we'll have more clouds in place and maybe a few showers. But for now, it doesn't look to be anything major. Let's talk about today and the next couple of days, because again, it's going to be hot, if you want to call it that, depending on what hot is to you. Remember, air temperature is hot, water is not, which we'll talk a little bit about coming up. But going forward, today, tomorrow, the hottest days, and then things change, as I mentioned. So let's take you outside where we have beautiful high clouds in place, some low clouds, if not a little bit of fog or haze for closer to the Tacoma area, closer to Mount Rainier. You can really see it. But air quality should be on that good, maybe moderate side for some today. So let's talk about these highs up north, because as we well know, the islands will be cooler, but still warm in the lower 70s. And then along and east of I-5, that's where we'll have the greatest chance to hit upper 70s to mid 80s, the Cascade foothills and valleys. And then as we get closer to the North Sound, Everett, Marysville, mid and upper 70s to about 80, Gold Bar 83 degrees, Darrington around 85, Issaquah 82, Maple Valley 82. And then if you are hiking at Snoqualmie Pass, 73, Stevens Pass near 70 as well. And that's just at the base level. So again, hiking is going to be on the warm side. As for the South Sound, mid 80s, and then Paradise near 60, and then taking you down I-5 toward Oregon, mid and upper 80s. And Oregon or Portland expected to top out near 90 degrees today, where there is a heat advisory in place. Then we take you to the north and central coast. The beach is going to be very warm, upper 60s, lower 70s, and then Shelton right around 86 degrees. Eastern Washington going to be on the hot side, mid and upper 80s, perhaps a few spots near 90. Tonight, at least we'll get some relief, so we're not talking a super strong urban heat island trapping all of that heat in place to where we don't get any relief before we heat up again, which we are very familiar with in the summer months. So we're in the low and mid 50s, closer to the coast, upper 40s to about 50. But we'll have, again, the similar conditions into Monday. We just have to see how far inland that marine air moves inland. But highs along I-5 and especially to the east, still mid and upper 70s, a few spots in the lower 80s perhaps. As you see, very similar. Everett could end up being a few degrees warmer. Granite Falls 80, Monroe 81, and then for the Central Sound, mid upper 70s and lower 80s. So essentially from about Puget Sound eastward, that's where we'll have the best chance to reach 80 again tomorrow. You see South Sound upper 70s to lower 80s, and then closer to Oregon as well, mid and upper 70s. So significantly cooler there, as well as closer to the coast. Westport near 60, Hoquiam 62, Forks still near 70 degrees. Eastern Washington still very, very similar in the mid and upper 80s. Let's talk about, again, that marine layer that will develop. See, we're expecting offshore winds today, and that's going to bring all of that heat to the west of the Cascades. We'll also have high clouds painting the sky, going to be breezy today, still bringing us that comfortable breeze north and then even east for some spots. And that would, again, offshore winds help us warm up. Monday morning, you see how we start to get some of those low clouds, some fog in place, maybe some drizzle, the marine layer, closer to the coast Monday morning, and then we'll still have mostly sunny skies. Now, this in our in-house models not showing as strong of a marine layer Monday, so that means maybe the coast could be a little warmer. We'll have to see. Again, we'll have to see how far inland it does move, because that will determine just how warm we get on Monday. But Tuesday, all of that marine air is back, and we'll get low clouds, if not some fog, maybe a few sprinkles in the morning, and that's basically copy and paste into Wednesday and Thursday as well. I mentioned earlier, as we know, air temperatures, hot water is not, and you see how cold the waters are still running, especially our rivers flowing off of the Cascades. You get the warm air, the snow melt, and that will lead to some very fast-moving rivers. So not just cold, but fast-moving as well. The National Weather Service wants us to do our part by communicating to all of you about cold water safety and the risk of cold water shock. And so here's some tips that they have released on social media if you follow them there. Cold water does drain the body, our body heat up to 25 times faster than cold air, and it only takes about 60-degree water temperatures to cause issues and for your body to be affected, even for the strongest swimmers. And so always wear a life jacket, dress for warm temperatures, not the air temperature, and then have a buddy system as well. It's always good if you're paddling, have your wet bag or dry bag and put your phone, a whistle, and so on and so forth in there, and keep any of your swimming to a minimum. As we go through the next couple of days, again, we have changes. It's really quiet, though. The best chance for any rain here in the lowlands will come maybe late Friday and into Saturday, maybe a light shower on Thursday, but on Thursday, again, we'll still have clouds trending cooler. Looking ahead beyond the 7-day forecast, including Mother's Day, temperatures look to still be well above normal, about 10 degrees above normal in the low and mid 70s. So if you want the warm weather, it's here to stay.